So I first met Pappy, Marcel. Mike and I had just gotten engaged, and he welcomed me into the family with open arms. It was the beginning of a beautiful relationship. We shared some great, memorable times in New York City, holidays in Calgary, in Vancouver, in Los Angeles, New Hampshire for hockey, even France, where we vacationed once, and all the way back to Nanaimo. We just had so much fun watching the kids grow up and eating and drinking and talking and playing cards together, and even eating some toast. You got any toast with that? That was always a joke between Pappy and I. But one of the most memorable moments I had with Pappy was when the unthinkable happened and he lost his son. And he just so selflessly welcomed Ray into the family without hesitation. In fact, Lil and Morris were one of the first people in my family to meet Ray. They were visiting here for my sister's wedding, and I had just met Ray a few weeks before, and I wanted to introduce them to him. And he just was amazing, and he pulled me aside after Ray left to say that he was such a great guy and that Mike would have picked him for me. And it just showed such selflessness and courage. And even if he didn't say it every day, I know that family was most important to Pappy. And it warms my heart to know that he's finally been reunited with his son. We love you, Pappy.
Love you guys, and I'll always thank Pappy for letting me into the family the way he did, and also for helping me and us plant this tree behind us, the beautiful tree that still has some lights and ornaments from the day we did it, even though it's much bigger. Didi. Anyway, love you guys and hope everyone's well.
A ship sails, and I stand watching till she fades on the horizon, and someone at my side says she's gone. Gone where? Gone from my sight, that's all. She's just as large now as when I last saw her. Her diminished size and total loss from my sight is in me, not in her. Just at that moment, when someone at my side says she's gone, there are others who are watching her coming over the horizon and take up a glad shout. There she comes.
There she comes. Pappy, love and miss you so much. I hope you're enjoying some toast and playing some cards up there in heaven. And I know you're with us at all times, and I can't wait to see you again one day.
Marcel was an eccentric man. Whether he was enthusiastically using his hands while talking, using highbrow vocabulary to describe basic occurrences, or chewing on one nut on an 8-hour drive, we never hesitated to tease him about it. And he loved it. After all, teasing and joking are the Pelletier family's love language. So I thought it fitting to tease Pappy as we honor his life. You may know that for the past 15 years, Pappy rode on his treadmill for 1 hour every day. What you might not know is that he put zero resistance on the bike, went as slow as a sloth while reading a book, and sometimes treated himself to a Manhattan to top it off. Here's to you, Pappy.
Well, I haven't really rehearsed what I was going to say, but I wrote a song for Pappy, and I wanted to walk you through the lyrics. Sometimes we just hear a song and we sing, think it's lovely, but this one has a lot of meaning in terms of the lyrics. So I got to explain to you what it means, and then I'll play it for you. It's called The Hard Way, so I think it kind of typifies what I believe Marcel was like. He was a hard man, and hard doesn't need to be a negative connotation. He was strong, he was firm, he was consistent. Consistent enough that when he received this from a fireman in New York, he kept it in his wallet or in his pocket for at least a decade, I think. And every day he would put it on his side table along with his keys and his wallet, or not his wallet, his money clip. And it signifies to me being consistent. And I carry this with me all the time now. But the song starts with the first line, "I was born on my own, so far from home." And it just makes me think of all the childhood stories he would tell us of how he was really on his own at school and had to fend for himself, and told some very difficult stories where he had to face a lot of adversity. And I think that hardened him a bit. But eventually he became a softer man because of Lillian. So it says, "I was born on my own, so far from home, but yet I am able to be powerful." And I think his adversity is what made him stronger. The second line, "Now every morning I fight the day, searching for ways to do it my way." It sounds kind of a negative thing, but that fighting was something he did a lot of, but mostly with us and family. And it was a good thing because he cared. But fighting the day, meaning that he wanted to do it his way. And usually his way was the hard way. But the hard way meaning effort, discipline, commitment, consistency. That's what it means to me, hard way. Then I'll tell the lyric, and you can hear it when I say the lyric, but the last line I'll say is, "I gave you highways so you can be safe and play." So you think about how hard he worked for our family, and then he sat back and let us enjoy the fruits of his labor. And I feel that today. Then the second verse is, "They strike me down, then pull me up. They try to break me, but I never give up." Again, that says a lot about what he was like in his career. And the thing is, he was quite compassionate and caring, but tenacious. It was a really great combination. He would go around the mall and talk to his clients, and he didn't just sit in his office. He actually got to know people, and he had a true impact on people. And then the last line is kind of something we call a bridge. It's kind of a different part of a song to have a different perspective. And this line says, "You can hold me before I die, but don't you feel the need to cry?" He was a strong man and didn't really show his emotions much, but I remember when Mike passed, we cried a guttural cry, and I'd never seen him do that. And I do feel that changed him, and scarred all of us, obviously, but I think it made him softer. And so sometimes horrible things can create great things in your life, can bear fruit, unexpected fruit. And then the last line, it says, "So when you call the priest, just tell him how I was so proud of you all." And so proud of you all goes without saying. He would talk about us all the time to other people, strangers. But the part that I thought was interesting is when he was passing, he wanted to say his last rites, and he said he was sorry for all that he put us through, and that really hit me really hard, but it really made me realize how much a wonderful person he was, and to come through so much adversity and come out on top and be an amazing father and husband. He broke the cycle of what could have been a very hard life and selfish, and he could have been a completely different person, but because of his tenacity, that's why we're all here honoring him and thankful. So I'll play the song. It's called The Hard Way, and it's in honor of Marcel Pelletier. I was born on my own, so far from home, and yet I am able to be powerful. Now every morning I fight the day, searching for ways to do it my way, 'cause I chose the hard way. Is there any other way? And I give you highways so you can be safe and play. They strike me down, then pull me up. They try to break me, but I never give up. With every step, I do what I say what I mean, 'cause I do it my way. And I chose the hard way. Is there any other way? And I gave you highways so you can be safe and play. I'll be watching from the side with my heart filled with pride. You can hold me before I die, but don't you feel the need to cry? When you call the priest, just tell him how I was so proud of you all. Oh, 'cause I chose the hard way. Is there any other way? And I gave you highways so you can be safe. And I chose the hard way. Is there any other way?
The first I really knew of Marcel's outstanding qualities was at weddings. When the band would get tired or in their breaks, Marcel would play his tunes on the keyboard. He was like a 60s Jerry Lee Lewis. The celebrating never stopped when the band quit playing. Early on too, I remember how absolutely strong he was, and at this point he was not working out anymore as in high school. You could have called him Luthez, a famous French wrestler, but think to myself, don't pinch me, haha. He was always very competitive in sports, even playing sports like ping pong, tennis, or squash with his own children. Honestly, I used to think, Marcel, let them win once in a while, but in hindsight, this was very wise because it pushed his children to better levels of performance even later on. This higher level for sure is seen in their careers too, not just sports. Many may not know this, but about Marcel when taking on a general management position, he always cleaned up the old budgets and made new budgets better. This was never at the expense of the employees he managed, however. He would always found ways to create improvements in their roles or salaries and for the company to benefit in a major way. Marcel, rightfully so, was very proud of his achievements in his workplace. Perhaps the most important thing I can say about Marcel is his spiritual awareness. This was always apparent when we went to church together. He really enjoyed a good sermon. He fully understood and accepted Jesus Christ as Lord and Savior. See you in heaven, my dear brother-in-law. Last but not least, on a humorous note, his famous line in speaking to a server at a cheap breakfast bar in New York with his family. But where's the toast? He always wanted what he wanted. And this particular restaurant was known for not serving any toast with their breakfast meals, and Marcel couldn't fathom having breakfast without toast. So, Marcel, way to go in being assertive and asking for what you want. Proud of you, and we love you. Goodbye.
When I'm gone. When I come to the end of my journey and I travel my last weary mile, just forget if you can that I ever frowned and remember only my smile. Forget unkind words that I've spoken, remember some good I have done. Forget that I ever had a heartache and remember I've had loads of fun. Forget that I've stumbled and blundered and sometimes fell by the way. Remember I fought some hard battles and won ere the close of the day. Then forget to grieve for my going. I would not have you sad for a day. But in the summer, just gather some flowers and remember the place where I lay. And come in the evening when the sun paints the sky in the west. Stand for a few moments beside me and remember only my best.
Yes, because that's what goes on, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I went
I need
to
to
I
go.
went there
I
that
need to-
weekend.
No, I need to
and I'm
play
gonna
my
ask
card.
him.
Daddy,
Ask
he's
him.
calling me.
Yes,
I'm
but
playing my
go.
Oh, Happy, do you have some cash that I can go grocery shopping?
Mind you, 7 consecutive years.
Go easy on her, Mar. She's just a kid.
Yep.
Hey!
Pappy, what are you doing?
Well, you have hockey practice at 4:30, right?
He is gone. You can shed tears that he is gone, or you can smile because he has lived. You can close your eyes and pray that he will come back, or you can open your eyes and see all that he has left. Your heart can be empty because you can't see him, or you can be full of the love that you shared. You can turn your back on tomorrow and live yesterday, or you can be happy for tomorrow because of yesterday. You can remember him and only that he is gone, or you can cherish his memory and let it live on. You can cry and close your mind, be empty and turn your back, or you can do what he would want. Smile, open your eyes, love, and go on. Love and miss you, Pappy.